The background color transition, that's smooth. Like, this is really good. This is nice. I'm not mad at it. I'm not a fan of this gradient inside of the word. The basketball here in the middle is responding to my cursor. But is it objectively better? Claude Fable 5 is officially back. Not only is this their latest and greatest model, but some people also claim this is the best design agent out there. So in this video, I'm putting it through 4 design tests to see how good it actually is. But here's the catch. It only gets 1 shot each round. Okay, so for this very first test, I'm asking Claude to build a portfolio website, but I don't want just any basic looking site. I want an awards level portfolio. And I didn't give it any design inspiration to lean on. It has to use its own visual design capabilities. I also tell it to use GSAP, shaders, and Three.js where possible to make the whole experience feel more polished. Okay, this loader is insane. That is crazy. Look at this. This is so good. Okay, what? Okay, these scroll effects are so good. I mean, yo, the background color transition, that's smooth. Like, this is really good. I mean, so far, this is pretty good. There are definitely some things I would change. Just scrolling back up here to the hero, I would simplify this hero to make it a little less busy. But I think overall, for this to be 1 shot, this is in a really good spot. I mean, we have some shaders here. It looks like it's using in the back. I'm not a fan of this type combination, and it seems like it has this tendency to do this now. This is becoming an AI tail, but I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I mean, you can't be mad at this result. So good. Okay, building from a blank page is one thing. Let's see how it handles an actual redesign. Let's move on to the next test. So for round 2, I made it personal. This is a landing page concept I designed for my Temploton store. It's still in development, so it's not quite live yet. And this time I didn't just give it a prompt. I also attached this folder that included all the same assets that I used to create that concept. So Claude Fable 5 had all the assets it needed to take the design further if it wanted. And the goal was simple. Don't redesign the whole page, just the hero section, and try to make it objectively better than mine. And honestly, this one made me nervous because if it designs it better than me. Okay, let's see how it does. Nice. Okay, those appear effects were pretty smooth. I like how the templates loaded in here at the bottom of the screen. Let's look at that again. I mean, that's pretty smooth. I also liked how it used that layer mask effect for the text animation here in the hero. I mean, this is nice. I'm not mad at it. I'm not a fan of this gradient inside of the word. This custom cursor is pretty good. I'd imagine if I were to actually build this, it would replace the actual browser cursor with this custom one. But I mean, aside from that, this isn't bad. I like this additional subtext it's including here in the hero. This seems like benefit-driven microcopy that could be helpful for some folks, but I'm just not a fan of how busy this area looks with the text. I'd want to simplify it. But is it objectively better? Maybe. I don't know. Me personally, I don't think so, but I'll let you be the judge. Now I'm ready for the next test to see how it does designing a landing page from scratch. All right, this next one I was genuinely excited about. A couple days ago, I came across Oliver Harmon's work on X, showing these bold editorial style posters he made celebrating the New York Knicks winning the NBA championship. So I figured, let's see what Fable 5 does with them. So I attached this folder, which included all the designs from that series, and asked it to build a landing page inspired by those posters. What I really wanted to see was whether it can translate those poster designs into a compelling landing page without losing the essence of the original work. Ooh, okay, it's nailing these page loaders. This appear effect and initial text animation are so good. I mean, it looks like the basketball here in the middle is responding to my cursor. And as I scroll, I'm seeing some parallax effects here. When I get to this section, I'm noticing that the year is changing based on scroll. So when I stop moving, it doesn't change. But as I scroll, I'm noticing that the year is changing and we have some text that's rotating here at the bottom. I mean, the abstract basketballs that were pulled from Oliver's initial designs. I mean, this is so good. It's insane how good it is. I mean, okay, this text composition and layout is nice. I mean, again, this might have been pulled from Oliver's designs, but the fact that it was able to carry this over into the landing page is insane to me. And those appear effects are nice. We're kind of losing the basketball illustration here. But aside from that, I mean, it's got it pretty close. The fact that this is one shot is insane. Like, look at this. This is, again, is responding to my scroll position. So as I scroll up and down the page, that animation in the background is changing. I mean, there are some things that I would definitely change. Like some of the illustrations are lost, but overall, for this to be one shot is crazy. It's crazy that it was able to produce this after one prompt and looking at those references from Oliver's design. This last one is the real test. Every round so far, I gave it room to design, to sort of make its own calls. This time, there's absolutely no room for interpretation. I pointed it at Hauchi's site. It's truly an awards level portfolio. He's likely running shaders, Three.js, and GSAP under the hood. So this should be a fun challenge for Fable 5. I told it to inspect the whole thing and rebuild it pixel for pixel. This isn't about taste anymore. It's about whether it can actually reproduce a complex website exactly. And that's where every other model I've tried previously falls apart. Let's see if Fable 5 can pull this off. Okay, this is interesting. So we're on localhost right now. This is not the original, but so far, I mean, this is pretty good. It's gotten pretty close on recreating that hero. It's kind of hard to read this 3D text here in the back. It's supposed to say hello, but it's hard to read. Let's see what happens on scroll here. So as I scroll, we get a pretty smooth background transition, just like the original. And we get to the work section. It got really close on the appear effects for the work that shows here. I'm not seeing that same shader effect for the work, but aside from that, it got really close on recreating that custom grid. And I mean, this is nice. Like, it nailed this section, that background effect here, using what looks like it might be a custom scene, but this is pretty nice. And then we get down here to the bottom and we have that text effect with the 3D lettering in the back. This is so good. I'm immediately impressed with what it was able to do off of one shot. Again, it didn't nail it exactly like the original, but I'd imagine that after a few prompts, we can get it back to be pretty close. Again, I think the biggest thing looking at the original here is that there's this shader effect here that's creating this jelly roll effect. I just really think this effect is nice, and it didn't quite capture it here, but I'd imagine that if you give it a video or do a better job of explaining that effect, it'd be able to recreate it. But for what it was able to do off of this initial prompt, just one-shotting it, this isn't bad. This is pretty good. Honestly, Fable 5 is kind of insane. It did way better than I expected, especially on that last rebuild. Some of these would have taken me days, if not weeks, to design and build by hand, and it one-shot them in minutes. But here's the part that actually stuck with me. Watch those tests back, and you'll catch me doing the same thing after every single round. The second it finished, my trained eye went straight to the things that I'd fix, whether it was the font, a gradient, or some spacing that just felt slightly off. Again, every build was genuinely impressive, but I wouldn't ship any of those designs without refining that last 20% myself first. And in this AI era, that last 20% is the whole game. So if you want to know the exact tactics that I use to clear that gap, check out this video.